Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Thursday, December 11th, 2025. That we saw today was a little crazy. Actually, this is the IWM. So today was, we saw a big gap down, and from there, we did. I remember in the morning notes, I said the Bears are going to have to get it through to the 68.30, and if they do, that would open up the door for a move down to the 6,800. And as we witnessed, once we got down to this pivot line right here, the bulls just came up, and then we had a head fake move down. And from there, it was pretty much it was a little choppy for this S&P here, but we finished up 14. So this was a tester for the Bulls. They won, and right now we closed right at the 6,900. Obviously, the next resistance is going to be the previous all time highs. That's a 69.21. My ultimate target is going to be for the end of the year is going to be here up at the 7,000 marker. Do I think we're going straight up there? No, I think we're going to come down here, maybe get up to the 69.55, come back down, test this support, and then really towards the end start making this run. But as I've been saying, it's the actual these divergences, especially on the weekly. Let me do this. 10 weekly. Here we go. So this is the part that really has me concerned because we can continue higher, and these divergences can continue higher. But during this time here, this was after the COVID, so everybody was all pent up, and we had that big move. And then once we got into the 12th into the December time period, that's when we got the move down. Now we're not going to have that on this. I think December is going to finish strong, but January, I wouldn't be surprised. It maybe not January, February, somewhere in there, where we're going to get a deeper pullback. Maybe not as big as this, but we're going to come down and possibly test the 6,200, somewhere in that area. And again, it could be a little bit deeper just for the fact that we have these divergences, and this is a weekly chart. So on the hourly chart, you can see with these divergences, they appear that this was the only thing the Bulls needed was this little rest right here, and then from there we got these pretty much whipsaw moves. But it appears right now that this is going to be coming up, and we're going to need a series of up and downs before we start forming some kind of bearish divergence. So the S&P to me looks more viable than IWM, and I'll show you why. I mean, really, the main reason is kind of simple. I mean, it's up almost 14% in 13 days, and that's not sustainable. Anybody that have witnessed the quantum stocks that went straight up, anything that goes vertical is usually going to come back and test where it started going vertical at. So I don't think IWM is going to be any different. Everybody's pretty bullish on it right now. I do believe it's going to be heading up all the way up to the 260 level, but that's only 3 points away. I could be going a little bit higher than that. But we're still this move right here. It's not really sustainable. We had this little pullback here. This wasn't even really a pullback. It was just kind of going sideways, waiting for the Fed decision, and then it's gone vertical again. And so from here, this is almost 14%, and that's in 13 days. So to me, we don't have the bearish divergences yet on the 60-minute chart. But what's going to happen is we're going to get one of these so we can form the bearish divergence. So I actually took a put position on IWM at the close for tomorrow. And really, I'm looking. I took the 258, and I'm looking for a move to come down somewhere into the 255 level. And again, there's the one reason why I did that was because, like I said, the 60-minute charts, we don't have any sell signals, so it's not going to be a bigger drop like this. It's going to be more something like this, and this is the reason why is we have these sell signals on the 15-minute charts. So right now, I'm not really. I've been bullish on the small caps from when we switched from S&P, and that was going back into like the July time period, and that was the right call because it played catch up, and now it's leading. And to me, I think that anything that goes vertical, I don't jump into it because it's you're asking for trouble. That's really the best way to put it. Is anybody that jumped into the quantum stocks when it was going straight up, excuse me. Some of them took 80% hits, and right now a lot of those. That's one of the reasons why they've all taken a hit was the people that are underwater are just selling for tax reasons, so they can have write-offs because they have winners in other stocks. Once that's done, I believe that you're going to see RGTI, RGTIW. They're all going to be higher than where they were, and that's pretty nice. Hang on one second. Okay, this is DXCM. This is one that I put into the trade room. When we were coming down here, it was right around that 64 level, and my target was closing this gap, and that's when I got out of it, and it kept going higher on it. So I was a little kind of not happy with myself there. This one, DXM, I may put it into port because I think it's coming all the way back up into the 73, possibly even up to 81, but we're probably going to get some kind of pullback before then with the initial resistance right here. But let's get to the quantum stocks and what I was talking about. So bear with me for 1 second as I go through these. So, okay, where are we? Sorry about this. A lot of different things on here. Okay, so let's start with iron because this is still one of my favorite stocks. But anybody that bought this right here, you can see that we got they bought the top, it came all the way down and then back up again, and now it came back down. So anything that has this vertical look and even a vertical down is going to retrace the other way. So this is again, people just that jumped in here, and when it's here, they're just selling these stocks to take a tax write-off. QBTS, same thing. Everybody that bought here got wiped out here. They jumped back in thinking it's going up, and now it's here. And what they're doing is selling, and that's the reason why we've seen these go down so much because they just really want they want tax breaks. But I've been adding on this drop right here. I was a little bit early. We're still up on it right here. But I have calls on this one, and I have a feeling it's gonna close somewhere at 31, possibly tomorrow. We have to. I'm not guaranteeing that. That's a big move, but this thing may when it goes, it has big moves on it, and it really just has to clear this 29. But I like this. I think these are the lows in place right now, and I think the next stop's coming all the way up and testing one of these highs right here. Same with RGTIW. Anybody who chased it up here got wiped out, and they're just selling it for tax reasons. But again, we have it's a nice looking chart right here. This is where the parabolic thing came. We came down, and guess what? We went a little bit below it, and we're here. But this will end up back above here, and once all the selling stops, because like I said, it's really just tax reasons. And RGVI is that's the stock on it. Same thing. So everybody who's selling down here, I'm buying because I think the next stop on this one's going to be somewhere between the 41 and the 44. So anyway, getting back to IWM, yeah, these types of moves I don't buy into. So yeah, I think we're going to get a pullback. Really my first target on the pullback would probably be the 256, but we'll probably get a bounce there and retest it. But if it comes down to the 256, I'll probably close them because I bought them for $1, so I'll double my money. But if it continues lower, then we're going to 254 and then testing these highs. And again, these bearish divergences, they usually give you one of these. It's not going to be a panic sell, but it's going to be sideways. And when we had that here, these divergences, IWM went for 249 all the way down to the 244. That's the trade I'm looking for on it. And we may get a move like this on the tomorrow, just because again, this was your parabolic move. Everybody jumped in, gapped down, went there, and then we went back up again. So for IWM, I'm not really suggesting to short it because let me tell you something. When these small caps get going, they're really hard to get off the. They're like hitting a beehive. They just keep going up and up. But with the S&P and spiders, I am a little more constructive on this. Again, the next stop should be up near this 69.22. If we get a little backing and filling and they give us a chance to buy at 68.54 or a little bit lower, I'd be a buyer. I still think at the end of the year we're going to see the S&P trading at 7,000, if not a little bit higher. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in a minute.